BBC Radio Devon.
David FitzGerald.
Sport Relief launches today. I can't believe it's come round so quickly. The last time, around in 2014, people across the southwest raised and donated more than £870,000. But where did the money go? Well, the charity Balloons, based in Devon, is receiving a grant of £30,000 over the next 2 years, and I'm very glad to say that Sara Bennett, the Chief Executive, is with me. Sarah, what a fantastic amount of money. Have you got the money yet?
We've had half of it. We've had 15,000 with another 15,000 to come later this year.
Brilliant. Now, for people who do not know Balloons, what do you do and what are you doing with the money?
Thank you. Well, we're a wonderful, well-respected local charity. Our job is to support children and young people when they've been affected by bereavement. So in other words, we give them support when someone they love, someone significant in their lives has died. Over 50% of our work is when a parent has died. So a very, very sad time in the child's life and a time when they need support from a charity like us.
What sort of support? Physically? Mental?
Yeah, both. So first of all, we receive referrals from a number of different agencies, schools, the police, GPs, mental health support services, etc., where professionals have noticed that children are really struggling to come to terms with the fact that mum has died or dad has died. We then go in and work on a one-to-one basis with that child. And in a sense, what we're doing is we're giving them a chance to tell their story without worrying that it will be upsetting, because obviously we're not part of their family unit. We do creative interventions with them, and we're working with them to find out how they're going to cope as they go forward and build their lives after the loss of the person that they loved.
How did this all come about? How did you get involved?
Right, well, I've been involved for nearly a year now, so I'm still quite a new girl to the charity, but we've been going for nearly 7 years. And really it came about through some palliative care nurses who realised that when they were working with a dying mother or father, for example, they really had nowhere to refer the children to for support. And I can't overemphasize how important it is that children do get support. All the evidence shows that if they're left to process their grief on their own, things can go very, very badly wrong for them in later life. So Balloons was born out of an identified need by healthcare professionals.
Well, as ever, the charity side of things, supporting that particular problem, and I salute you for that. But
Thank you.
What difference is this money going to make?
Okay, well, it's made a huge difference to us. I mean, I'll just try and quickly summarise what we've done since we received the funding. First of all, it's enabled us to train more grief support workers. Those are our workers that go out in the field across Devon working with these children. Yeah. We're also, with the money, able to provide proper support and clinical supervision for those workers, because obviously they need that in order to do the best possible job that they can do. It covers all the costs associated with getting them out and about, which is mainly travel expenses. Remember, we cover Exeter, Mid and East Devon, so a big geographical patch. We also purchase all of our arts and crafts supplies for the work that we do with the children, and it funds our telephone helpline so that families affected by bereavement and worrying about their children can ring us and get support.
If a young person knows that it's about to happen before the event, can you also assist there?
Absolutely. So we've got what we call a pre-bereavement service delivery model. Obviously, that uncertainty as they move towards the death is a very, very difficult time for children and young people, and we will stand alongside them and support them as they process their feelings towards the death of mum or dad or older brother or sister or whoever, and then carry on helping them after the death. In a way, that's a really privileged piece of work for us, to get to know the family and to get to know the person before they die, and it makes our post-bereavement work even stronger, I think.
And unfortunately, have you seen the results for people who haven't used your services?
Yes, I mean, the evidence is very clear in terms of the sort of damage that can be done. I'm not going to give you lots of statistics, but we know, for example, that children that aren't supported through grief have poorer health and educational outcomes, become quite isolated within their own peer group, are more likely to enter the criminal justice system, and actually are more likely to experience depression, attempt suicide, or even succeed in suicide in later life. So there's no doubt whatsoever that leaving children when they are at their most vulnerable to manage on their own with bereavement, it can have very damaging consequences.
Bereavement and loss, looking onwards, balloons. Well done. Thank you so much, Sarah. I'm just looking at your website now, and I noticed you've got a picture there of Pudsey. I'm hoping that... have you been helped by Pudsey as well?
We have in the past, not at the moment, but we've had children in need funding in the past, which was wonderful.
Get that letter in now. As
Thank
simple
you.
as that. Sarah, thank you very much indeed for joining us, and let us know, keep us in touch with what you're doing and where the money's going, and be delighted to hear from you in the near future.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time.